What is going on, guys? My name is Zora, and welcome back to Nekopara Volume 3! In the previous episode, we went to the amusement park with all of the Catgirls, and we also got to hear Maple's beautiful singing. Very beautiful. Anyway, let's just jump into it. Hey, the hell are you doing? You've been so damn miserable lately. She seems normal whenever customers are around, though. It's love. She's definitely in love. Chocola heard that when someone's sighing a lot, it means they're in love. Or, you know, they're depressed on the inside. Oh, there. You're just too precious, Chocola. All right. Just leave this to me, Chocola. I like how you definitely heard her say Chocola's name, but there was not. Mei-chan. What? Today's weather is just so nice, isn't it? There's not a cloud in the sky. Wow. Is that right? It's nice and warm, isn't it? Hey, Mei-chan. The Tokyo stock market sure looks bullish today, doesn't it? What? How is this I want to know how the stock market, is that just like Maple's hobby? You know what? The stock market. That's how I'll cheer her up. Just bring up the stock market and how Bitcoin is. Wow, is that right? The stock traders must be happy. Other than that, Monsina, I know you were ready to go all out when you said to leave it to you, but what the hell are you doing? Cinnamon is a cat girl of mystery. No one truly understands her. Hey, Mei-chan. Did you know that penguins actually do bend their knees when they walk? So if you stretched out their legs, you'd see that they're actually super long. Wow, is that right? Then they should stretch out their legs when they walk. Hey! If a cat presses the tip of its tongue against its lower gums to hide it, it can drink hot things without burning itself. Wow, is that right? But what's wrong with just letting things cool off? Look. I prepared some tea, which is a comfy 95 degrees Celsius. I'm not as bad as you, Mei-chan, but I'm still not good with hot things, so let's try an experiment, okay? So you tuck away your tongue under your gums like this, and even though the tip of your tongue is sensitive to heat, you can drink something hot without feeling a thing. Just tuck away your tongue. The tip of your tongue is so sensitive, so very sensitive. So it's hot. So tuck it away. Can you cut that out? We're supposed to be working, you know. Wait a sec. She didn't react at all. Why didn't she react? Well, I feel your pain, Cinnamon, Oni-chan. I feel your pain. Chocolate doesn't really get it, but she's gonna send out good thoughts to her. You can do it. Hang in there, Cinnamo-chan. See, Mei-chan. If I do it like this, I can drink hot things in one gulp. Cinnamon's drooling so much. Ugh, that's gross. Can you not do that? Even kind-hearted Kashou would fire you if he saw you playing with our goods like that. Whoa, Monsina's wiggling around like crazy and Pulmei's just totally unfazed. A savage Maple is a savage. I feel you, Cinnamon Oni-chan. I feel you. Keep at it. Keep trying, Cinnamo-chan. The shop is pretty crazy despite the lack of customers. Well, we're just gonna have to use the old Kashou magic. I heard I got I'm really good at making pastries. Anyway, alright, if that's how it's gonna be. Oh, Maple, are you on your break? Yeah, I have been for a while. Her reply is cold and deliberate. A nail file and a nail polish rest on the table. Are you doing your nails? I guess fixing my nails always helps me feel relaxed. If they don't look good, I can't stop thinking about them until they're fixed. Maple raises her hand to examine her nails as she speaks. I guess that's just a thing Catgirls do. It's like she's sharpening her nails because she's angry or something. As I ponder the mysteries of these Catgirls, I fill a kettle with hot water and bring out the tea leaves. So, you've been kind of zoning out a lot lately. Is anything wrong? Nah, nothing you need to worry about. Well, I'm worried anyway. I said it's nothing. Jeez. Now what do I do? I feel like she's been acting strange ever since we came back from the amusement park. But what am I supposed to do if she won't talk to me about it? Silence. I'm not much of a talker in the first place, but if she's upset about something, I can't just leave her alone. Is she going to quit? With a troubled mind, I begin preparing the tea leaves I just brought out. Hey, Kashou. I turn to her. Why do you think you opened a bakery? She stares at her now perfectly manicured and polished fingers. Zoning out again. Look at my pretty nails! My nails suck. I have a habit of biting my nails. Who needs pretty nails anyway? Her voice was flat and emotionless. Why? Okay, so like your parents' place is a pretty old Japanese confectionery, right? It's all based on these ancient techniques, and you have to follow all these strict guidelines and stuff, don't you? So why did you leave home just to start a bakery? She stares at me, her gaze unassuming. Why, huh? Well, a lot of reasons. A lot, huh? Like, if you don't want to talk about it, that's cool. She's not pursuing it, instead just idly resting her chin on one hand, while fiddling with her phone with the other. Oh, they actually have phones in this world. That's a step up. So why did she ask the question then? I honestly have no idea what she's thinking. She must have had something in mind, but... Hey, you like Catgirls, right, Kashou? Do I like Catgirls? Not cats, like actual Catgirls, like us. I mean, yeah, I do, but... Oh no, not like that. I mean, like, are you only attracted to Catgirls? Excuse me? What the hell is she getting at, bringing up something like that? I have absolutely no clue what her aim is with this. You've got a lot of catpanions, you know. That's why I'm like, does he only like Catgirls? No, that's not it at all. I never expected to have Catgirls as my partners. Much less 4 of them, but I keep that part to myself. Each of them has their own charms though, right? There's no way I could rank them. Everyone seems to be fine with it too, so... Alright, so Azure, you're number 4. And then you know, in this order, right? I'm joking, you're all beautiful. Anyway, everyone seems to be fine with it too, so I groan in bewilderment. Yeah, that seems about right for you. Huh? You don't seem like the kind of guy who'd care if someone was a catgirl or a human, I mean. What? Oh, I mean, I guess so? Maple puts her phone back in her pocket and stands up. Sorry for asking something weird. I'm done with my break. See ya. What the... That Maple, what's with her? She's leaving and I'm still as confused as when this all started. Dumbfounded, I stare at Maple's back as she exits the room. I hate to see her go, but I love to see her leave. Time for my break. Oh, Cinnamon. Is Maple relieving you? Yes, Mei-chan's taking over for now. Cinnamon gently lowers herself down onto the sofa. I pour some hot water from the kettle and place a cup of black tea in front of Cinnamon. Wow, thank you. Sorry to make you go to all that trouble. Don't worry about it, I wanted some tea too. I was going to have extra anyway, even if you hadn't come along. She nods to me, smiling. The two of us quietly begin to sip our tea. Then we return our cups to their saucers, each one making a little clack as we set them down. Now Cinnamon is sighing? What's wrong? I never hear you sighing. Oh sorry, that wasn't a sigh, it was, right, I was just breathing heavily because I'm drooling. Come on, you think I'm gonna buy that? Maybe not. I guess trying to hide it was kind of pointless. Another sigh. That one was even deeper. The two of us both take another sip of our tea. Cinnamon glances at me, her head slightly lowered. Mei-chan hasn't been well lately. She takes another small sip. Ever since we went to the amusement park, right? She inclines her head in a slight nod. May I use your computer for a moment, Kashou-san? My computer? I hand my laptop over to her. Do not buy a year's supply of tuna, cause my credit card bill is Chocola! She definitely navigates to a web page and then turns the laptop towards me. Can you take a look at this? This is displayed on the screen is a video of Maple singing on the stage. This is from the other day, isn't it? Yes. Take a look at the comments section. She scrolls down so I can see the comments. That cat girl is cute. I didn't know there was such a cute cat girl around. This cat girl is so good at singing. The comment section is mostly filled with variations of those things. What is all this? It looks like she's gotten pretty popular. Yes, I think you're right. But Cinnamon takes a breath before continuing. I think it's possible that Mei-chan is worried about being thought of as just a cat girl. Not that she's said that out loud, of course. So it's just a guess, but she furrows her brow in frustration. So she's worried about being seen as just a cat girl, huh? Hey, you like cat girls, right, Kashou? You don't seem like the kind of guy who'd care if someone was a cat girl or a human, I mean. Maple's words echo in my mind. Something like this has happened before. It has? She nods her mouth, contouring into a pained smile. Mei-chan used to love singing, but, well, you saw it, didn't you, Kashou-san, in that old video? The video I'd watched back at the amusement park. I nod to Cinnamon. There were quite a few comments on that video, but I think it must have been a shock to her to see all the comments, good and bad, refer to her as cat girl. All because of the word cat girl, huh? Even if they have good things to say, they still call her cat girl. Even if they have mean things to say, they still call her cat girl. She said she wanted to be a singer. It would have definitely been a shock for the young Maple in that video. She's proud by nature, so it's not hard to imagine. She's been out of it ever since what happened at the amusement park. And whenever you ask what's wrong, she just dodges the question, right? Right. So that's what's been going on. It looks like this video has been circulating a lot since it was uploaded. A lot of people have left comments on it. It seems to have an endless parade of comments like the one Cinnamon showed me. I just wanted to hear Mei-chan sing again, but I guess I went overboard and ended up hurting her. She hangs her head, turning her eyes away from me. She breathes out a long, long sigh. In response, I gently bop her on the head. You really do like Maple, don't you, Cinnamon? You're more like best friends than sisters. Huh? Best friends? She looks up at me with a wide-eyed expression. You are sisters, but your relationship isn't like coconuts and azukis. It's not like chocolates and vanillas either. I guess you could say that you two are on equal ground with each other. You're like two friends who really get along. They're not like coconut and azuki, where one is clearly the older sister and the other is the younger one. And they don't cling to each other like chocolate and vanilla do. But I do remember Maple always seeming troubled, always trying to help out somehow, worrying about whether the results of her actions would be good or bad. It just seems like the kind of relationship that only really close friends have. That's what I meant. I suppose maybe Mei-chan and I are something like that, or it's more like I want to be Mei-chan's best friend. That seems closer to the truth. She furrows her brow again, and she smiles at me, but her smile seems a little ashamed. I give her another gentle pat on the head. I'm worried about Maple too. I'm going to see if I can get any clues from her. I'm not much of a negotiator though, so I don't know how much success I'll have. If it's you asking, I'm sure she'll let something slip. Would it be alright if I asked Mei-chan myself? Sure, I'm gonna try talking to her a little too. I nod to her. Maple and Cinnamon are both part of my family. I want to do everything I can to help them. That's the honest truth. And this is gonna sound a little weird, but can I use your computer on my break, please? No, Nope, 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 nope. No laptop privileges for you. Take it away. No. She fidgets embarrassed. I don't mind, but why? Oh, I just remembered something I want to look up. Oh, what? It's not like anything weird, don't worry. It's just something I can't look up back home, that's all. I guess you could say it's something I want to look up while I'm alone. Wait, no, I mean something I want to look up. It's nothing strange, okay? I guess it's just like intellectual curiosity. Do that at your own house. I take my laptop away from the panting cinnamon. No, Kashou-san doesn't believe me. I just wanted to enjoy my break a little bit. Yeah, and what was it you were planning on enjoying? That scornful glaze. I almost said glaze because he's a baker. It's a funny. That scornful gaze of yours again. You really don't break character, do you? Nope, I am who I am after all. And I was just coming to think of her in a new light. Well, I guess this is what the announcer meant. She is, as usual, a slightly bothered-looking cat girl. I was a bit late because I went to the toilet. Too much information. Too much. So, what do you think? Although for once I used a kind of tea leaf we don't usually have. It might be one we don't usually have, but it turned out pretty much perfect anyway. Since we're not really a tea shop, I figure it's fine if I only stock my favorite brands, right? Maple shrugs, waving her hand dismissively. Anyway, the day our cake shop starts seriously dealing in tea is the day we'll have lost our way. Basically, I'm saying I haven't been focusing on tea over your cakes. Actually, I don't know what kind of plans you had after this, so there's a place nearby I figured we could poke our heads into. So that's what you're getting at. There's some that's sold by this new tea shop. I leave closing the stores to the others while my secretary of tea and I walk home. I steal a glance at Maple as we walk side by side. Maple seems no different from usual, though I can't say whether usual is downcast or just cold. She is doing her work, but I can tell she's not putting in a ton of effort, because she's a cat girl. I remember what Cinnamon told me earlier this evening. I take another glance at Maple's face. What? You've been peeking at me for a while now. Though I only happened to catch you, I'm not mad, just wondering. She turns her head just enough to look at me out of the corner of her eye. Oh, no, it's nothing in particular, just my attempt to lie gets caught in my throat midway. Now I'm not sure what to say. I look away from Maple, who seems upset, and turn my gaze towards the night sky. My bad. Yeah, right, that's right. Huh? What are you doing, agreeing with yourself? No, it's just because I'm not that great at catching small details. I wonder if I can just ask it straight. Okay, seriously, what are you saying? She stares at me, head cocked suspiciously. I turn my head back toward her and meet her gaze. You know that video from when you were a kitten? When you said you wanted to be a singer? Why was that? Is that what you wanted to ask about? She idly runs a hand through her hair and lets out an exaggerated sigh. Maple has probably guessed what I really want to ask about by now. Are you making me work overtime because I'm not your catpanion? If there's something you want from me, are you gonna, tell me or what? What kind of person do you take me for? A horny pastry puffer, to use Vanilla Sparks. You do have 4 catpanions. Well, she's not wrong, though, so I just shut up. I'm not making her work overtime because I want to start a love affair, though. Still, I've got enough common sense to know what with 4 catpanions, I'm not really convincing anymore. I turn my gaze away from Maple and look up at the night sky. I mean, it's not like they're unhappy, so I have no problem with it. And I'm not the one who said that anyway. She glances at me with mischievous eyes and a wry smile. Is she the one who's unhappy? I hear her grunt before looking up at the sky with me. You saw that video, didn't you? It was something I thought of a lot. But I gave up that stupid kittenhood dream a long time ago. Her tone is wistful. Her answer is blunt and unaffected. But you still think about it now, don't you? Her expression stiffens, but she quickly relaxes, and when she speaks again, it's in that same aloof tone. It's not like that. I was pampered so much back then. Do you really think I understood how the world works? In the first place, a cat girl having a dream is just dumb, isn't it? Maple. The comments on the video all said something similar, because she's a cat girl. I can see that one word weighing down on Maple, but everything she just said now seems so hollow. I'm not sure she believes it herself. If that's true, then how did you get so good at singing? I stop in my tracks and hurl the question at her. Kashou. She turns to me. Seeing her eyes widening, I continue without hesitation. There's no way you could get that good without practicing. Her brow furrows with unease, and she casts her gaze downward. The casual air that had surrounded her when we were side by side is nowhere to be found. At the bottom of my field of vision, I notice her wringing her pale, slender hands. I take a step toward her and pat her slumped head. The people who eat my cakes, I'm always so happy to see their smiles. Huh? She raises her head. What you asked me before. That's why I wanted to become a Patisserie. Kashou. Talking about myself is a little embarrassing. A reluctant smile drifts onto my face and I continue. Ever since I was little, my dad told me that I would be studying to make Japanese sweets. I never considered that I had any other choice, so I did as he said and studied how to make Japanese sweets. Kashou. She doesn't say anything else. Maple stares right at me, waiting for me to continue. Since my family has some ancient traditions, my upbringing was pretty strict. Playing with friends, club activities, hobbies. I had to forgo all of them for the sake of studying the family trade. Well, not that I regret all that. Even after all this time, I still don't. I can't make the bitter smile on my face go away. Maple's eyes are as wide and bright as the moon at this point, but I keep going. But one day, I went to a patisserie by myself. Everyone there looked so happy eating their cake. Everyone, even those who might be austere or sad otherwise, every single customer had a smile on his or her face. Huh? I recall the memories of that visit, and I give voice to even the parts I had locked away in my heart. Before I was completely focused on my family's trade and saw nothing else. Then, someone asked me, why is it that you're making these sweets? Back then, I really didn't know what I had been doing up until that point. I struggled with it, but I decided that I wanted to be like that person. I wanted to make something that could put a smile on anyone's face when they ate it. That's why I do YouTube videos. Anyway, enough that I was willing to give up all that I had worked so hard and so long for. Maple's expression hardens, and I watch her ears turn toward me to take in every word. So I give voice to every last sentiment. My dad, as well as others around me, said many harsh things to me, but I knew I had to be true to myself. I decided to turn toward my own dream, no matter what those around me thought. Kashou. I caused a lot of trouble for Sugar and our mom, and I did some incredibly dumb things. Maybe there could have been a brighter future for me somewhere along the line, but right now, I'm happy. This time, my smile isn't bitter or reluctant. The smile I show Maple is one that reflects my true feelings. Before I know it, Maple's fingers, which she had clasped together so tightly, have loosened up. You're pretty stupid yourself. I could see myself doing some pretty dumb things too. Still, if I thought my dream was stupid, I wouldn't have followed it. We each let out a little chuckle. I put my hand on Maple's head one more time. That's why I plan to listen to what others have to say. That's why I couldn't just leave you alone, Maple. Kashou. Huh. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm dumber than I thought. Her smile is completely devoid of the mischievousness I saw earlier. With renewed vigor, she straightens up, standing up to her full height. You know, you sure like meddling in other people's business. I couldn't stop if I wanted to. Yep, I know you really couldn't. Everything that just happened seems like it took place in a dream. Maple laughs, sounding more relaxed than usual. I don't do the things I like to do for anyone else's sake, you know. Whether someone's a person or a cat girl, that sort of thing is totally irrelevant. Maple sounds like she's trying to convince herself of that. I nod to her in agreement. She raises her head and relies with a small nod of her own. I am me. I'll live the way I want to. You know, you're really not a crafty guy. I can tell just from your story how simple you are, and it's kinda scary. But I'll make sure I don't forget it. Thanks, Kashou. And Cinnamon too. Huh, Cinnamon? Maple turns and I follow her gaze. What? Mei-chan, how? Did you think I wouldn't notice? I knew you'd been following us since, like, we left the house. I thought I was being careful. Cinnamon reluctantly drags herself out from hiding. Cinnamon, were you following us the whole time? I was curious about what you and Mei-chan were doing. But I didn't think you were going to do anything lewd, okay? I was just really worried about Mei-chan. Even if you don't straight up deny it, I know there's more to it than that. You told Kashou to help, right? I didn't tell him anything. I just didn't know what to do, so I asked Kashou what he thought, and, I'm not really, like, mad though. Sheesh. Maple tenderly pats Cinnamon's head. Thanks for worrying about me. And for the other day. Thanks for giving me another chance to sing. She smiles awkwardly. Nonetheless, she's direct with thanking Cinnamon. Mei-chan. Of course, I'm glad, so glad. I thought you might have hated me, Mei-chan, and I was worried. Oh, I don't hate you, not for something like that. I'll always be by your side, you know that, don't you? But... Cinnamon starts to sob uncontrollably and Maple pulls her into a hug, comforting her. Their relationship is so sweet. Without an ounce of hesitation, I smile at the two Catgirls and pet both of them. Here, let's see. Here we go. You too, Kashou, thanks. I'm gonna try talking to Sugar myself. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Maple's face lights up in a smile as she nods to me. I pat both of their backs. Now, how about we head home? Yeah, let's go already. Wah, Mei-chan, Kashou-san, wah! Wait, Cinnamon, your snot's getting everywhere. Oh my gosh, stop crying so much, you big baby. Here, take a tissue. Does Maple just carry around tissues? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not mad. Don't cry. It feels like we've all gotten a little closer to each other. Side by side, the three of us head home to where the others are waiting for us. You would like to start taking singing seriously? My, isn't that just the most wonderful development? I shall support you as much as I can. Wait, seriously? I'm opposed to you suddenly leaving the house and performing on the street, but if you say you wish to pursue your dreams, then I see no reason not to cheer you on. No, well, I guess you're right, but the fact that Sugar gives in so readily is kind of anticlimactic. But like Sugar said, it's up to Maple to decide what she wants to do. So there's no reason for her mother figure not to cheer her on. It seems perfectly natural to me. Just, if you're going to do it, you must put as much effort into it as possible. I will not allow you to quit halfway or only do the bare minimum amount of work. I'll tell you right now that I won't be doing anything like that. Besides, it's not like I'm not prepared for it anyway. If you are prepared, then that's fine. You must do your best. Her arms are crossed, and her response is immediate. My dear little sister is too handsome for her own good. I should expect nothing less from the Catgirl's little mother, though. She nods, satisfied, and I stare at her with a hint of admiration in my eyes. Isn't that great? Do your best, Mei-chan. Chocola will be cheering you on, too. Your songs are super awesome, Mei-chan. Yep, as your family, we expect to get into your shows for free sometimes. Yeah, thanks. I'll work as hard as I can. You won't be disappointed. Kiki, she's embarrassed about growing up. Maple Oni-chan is amazing, isn't she? Gosh, shut up, I'm doing this because I want to, that's all. I know you have much to think about, Maple, but I am nonetheless glad to hear about this directly from you. Once a person resolves to follow their dreams, there's not much anyone else can do about it. Yeah, definitely. It's all thanks to her mother's training. No, it's because you supported her, Nisama. There is still much I haven't experienced yet. She smiles, looking proud of how well her girls are growing. As long as I can help Sugar with the things she can't do on her own, as long as everyone can decide what they want to do, I'm happy. There's one thing I wanted to ask. Even though you knew what Maple was worrying about, you left that video up there. Indeed, it is easy to be overprotective, but if it made her think about the matter on her own, I am their mother figure after all. I made bank off that video! Evil little... Anyway, she inclines her head and smiles. She might be small, but she's still able to support the rest of us on her back. Shigeru is always thinking about her surrogate daughters, the Catgirls. I pat my beloved sister's head. Oh, Shigeru, there's one thing I wanted to ask. I heard that even if I can already sing, it's a good idea to play an instrument too. So can I buy an instrument that'd go with my singing? I have some money of my own that I can use. A good idea? Where'd you hear something like that? I am connected to Wi-Fi, and I do have friends all over the internet, you know. And your friends all over the internet will answer any question that comes flowing to them through the fiber optic cables. We sure live in a convenient era, don't we? Indeed, though it does allow for an increase in the number of shut-ins. I see. Kashou's like, what's the internet? They nod enthusiastically in mutual understanding. I think this is the first Shigeru is hearing of Maple's friends, too. It was a night when I felt like these two proud girls were looking down on me for some reason. I thought it was... Chocolate's gonna become an idol too. Isn't being Soleil's idol good enough? Well, anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Nekopara Volume 3. I think this episode had a really good message, and for these past 2 episodes, I've really been resonating with Kashou. You can feel he feels a bit inferior compared to Shigeru, because, you know, Shigeru's doing all of this to help him out, and even, basically, she's the reason the business is booming, and all he's doing is making cakes, which, you know, I feel like if I was in that situation, I would feel a bit inferior as well. And I also can relate based on my experience, because when I was little, I had behavior issues and mental problems that resulted in me not doing so well in school and such, and I was always getting in trouble. And then my sister was just getting praised upon praised, getting awards in school, getting straight A's, and I just felt inferior, which, you know, when you're little, you don't really think about, but now that I look back, I 100% I felt and still feel kind of inferior to her in many ways. I also think the message of this episode was very relatable. There's a lot of people out there who are pressured by family or even just society itself to follow careers or pursue dreams that they don't necessarily want just to make other people happy. You should follow what makes you happy. You should do what makes you happy. That's why I do this YouTube channel. Like, I know there's a lot of people out there who expect certain content from me on this channel, but a majority of it I do because I want to do it, and I find it happy. I love making videos, and I love making people laugh. That's why I've been putting a lot more effort into videos lately, and because, again, do the stuff that follow the dreams and the careers that make you happy. Do not feel pressured by family or society or anyone else to do something that will not make you happy. Also, don't rush into careers or anything too quickly. I'm currently going to school, and I still have no idea what I actually want to do in the future other than YouTube. So don't feel pressured. Take your time, figure out what you want to do, and do it. Do not feel pressured by family or anyone else to do something you're unhappy with. But anyway, guys, again, I think that message can relate to a lot of people, and a lot of people really do need to hear that. But anyway, my name is Zora. Stay fabulous. Roll the end card.
Sup guys, Carrie here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more, check out our previous video here. Or if you'd like to support the channel, check out our Patreon here. There's also a video that was picked up by YouTube just for you. And lastly, you can click here to subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Peace off!